Hey, hey, hey! Welcome to Technically Speaking. I'm going solo today. Well, we technically always go solo, but I don't even have Mr. Merrill here to get me started. So hopefully I will not mess anything up. But usually on Technically Speaking, we go over applications, programs, things that we're using, how-tos, and how to use those specific apps or programs. But today we actually want to go over a resource that we feel is kind of like a hidden gem. And especially with remote learning, this resource could be used by many in all different ways. And so that resource is Wonderopolis. So let's get started. And I'm going to kind of walk you through what Wonderopolis is, how you can use it, what it integrates with, and how maybe you could use it in remote learning. So Wonderopolis is a website that's based all about wonders and learning. And it is a treasure trove database of articles on different things. So when you go to Wonderopolis, a great place to start is in this search bar where you can just search in a topic that you are looking to have your kids work on. I chose planets because one of our children is doing space this week in science. And once you type in planets, it's going to curate all of the articles that have to do with space, planets, and it's going to put it into a result for you. You can go to most recent, most popular, or go to the Wonder List. So as you can see, there are tons, and I could load even more, of different wonders that kids have turned in that relate to planets. Why is Pluto no longer a planet? How many worlds are there? How big is the solar system? I liked this one. Is there life on other planets? So when you click the wonder, what it does is it does give you like the number that it was written, gives you the title. And here's some other really cool features. There's a lot of teacher features within this website, but there's also some student features that I want to highlight. So as you go down, you have your wonder, you have your title. There are some little, what I like to call like essential questions or guiding questions that you could use to discuss with your kids as you're reading through different wonders. They leave it right here in the Have You Ever Wondered section. If you scroll down a little bit, usually, not always, but usually there's like a video that's somewhat related to the wonder. And these are generally pretty short, usually like under 3 minutes. They're engaging, and they're just a nice, fun way to kind of like intro or like launch whatever it is you're reviewing for the day. Now, when we're thinking specifically remote learning, another feature that I really like is all of the vocabulary aids. So a lot of the words, this isn't a leveled website. It doesn't choose different levels of reading, but they have 2 features that will help you get around that. So when the vocabulary feature is one of them, you can click the vocabulary word, and then if you just like hover over it, it gives them the definition of what it means. So that can be really helpful if you're reading an article that's either on a topic that you're unfamiliar with or maybe a little bit too advanced. The other feature that's embedded into Wonderopolis that again will help since they're not leveled is Immersive Reader. So whenever you see this icon right here, you can click this and it'll do 2 things. One, which is amazing for all teachers, is it basically turns it into a read aloud. So all of your students can read the article unassisted, from an adult. But what else is really cool about Immersive Reader is it'll also translate the article. So not only can it be read aloud, but it can be read aloud in a student's native language, which that's super powerful. So when we're sitting here at home trying to create lessons for our students, the ability to have an entire lesson and an article and stuff translated to me is pretty valuable. Now, if you go down and you continue looking at the article, the other thing I like, and this one especially, is I call them like the little Red Riding Hoods of articles. Like it's not too, it's not too hot, not too cold. It's not too short, it's not too long. It's just about right. The articles generally are not overwhelmingly long. And then if you scroll down, another really great feature, and I call it a teacher feature, is this try it out section. So most of the wonders usually have this section where you can try out something in relation to the activity, whether it's a writing assignment or maybe it's like a build something or a STEM activity. So what's really great about these is if you're a teacher embedding this Wonderopolis article as part of a lesson, you can kind of take these try it outs and maybe they're just like the starting point for your lesson, or maybe you make them more adaptable for your own class, but they're kind of like a jumping off point of, oh, that's really cool. And you can use them as part of your assignments or things that the kids are going to do around the article. Now, this leads me into the other part of Wonderopolis that I think is so powerful. Wonderopolis is a partner in the Disco Library with Flipgrid. And you guys know that we've done a lot of Technically Speakings on Flipgrid. So I wanted to show you where you can find a lot of this stuff already packaged and ready for you. So when you log into Flipgrid up here in your top activity bar, if you go to this button that's the Disco Library, there are so many people that I find don't know that this exists, and you click the Disco Library. These are all of the partners that work directly with Flipgrid, and it was 16,000 last I checked, over 17,000 now different topics that educators have created. Well, if you notice, Wonderopolis is one of the featured playlists. So when you click it, when you click it, look at all of the Wonderopolis articles that have already been put into the Disco Library on Flipgrid. Now, the benefit of coming to the Flipgrid Disco Library is a couple. One, you can search by your grade level and your audience. So, for instance, if I want a Wonderopolis article on planets, I could type in planets. Or if I wanted to say, okay, I want to do Wonderopolis activities in Flipgrid that are elementary age, you can go in and kind of filter through these activities. But again, another benefit, I'll do Fortnite because it's my son's favorite video game. If you click it, you have a couple options. Let's say that you come down here, all of the articles are already attached to the topics, and you read through it and you decide this is a good thing for your class. You have 3 options. You can come over here to the blue rocket and share it, and this will give you a link that you can then share out on another platform, however you communicate with your students. You can add it as a favorite, meaning like, I really like this. It doesn't fit what I'm doing right now, but I want to be able to come back to it. Or you can come right over here, and don't forget when I click this because I have all these grids, but you can select a grid and find the grid that you'd like it to go to, and that topic will directly go as is to your Flipgrid grid. And you know what, I'll do this just so you guys can see. When you click it and you add it, then it doesn't quite go right away. You get to edit it a little bit, so if it doesn't quite fit what you want, or you want the directions to be different, or you don't want the topic to be a guy dancing, you want to be you talking, you can go ahead and edit all of those features. But the beautiful thing is all of those Wonderopolis articles are already here for you. So I would highly suggest, if you are a Flipgrid user, coming to the Disco Library, clicking on Wonderopolis and using those features. You'll have all of those things, like I said, the project topics, the Immersive Reader, all of that stuff already embedded for you. And it's a really great kind of landing place for remote learning. So I hope you guys use it. If you're not familiar with Wonderopolis, this is a quick little tutorial. And if you are, I hope maybe you've learned about something within Wonderopolis that you did not know about. So on Thursday, we hope you'll join us. We're going to be talking about some SEL and some stuff with students. And as always, if you have any recommendations or things that you'd like to learn a little bit more about or have a walkthrough on, leave us a message in the comments and we'll try to make it one of our upcoming tutorials. See you later, guys.